And our top focus right now, and we begin with that, Israel will send negotiators to Qatar to continue talks aimed at a ceasefire in Gaza and the return of hostages held by Hamas. And this comes after talks in Paris where Israel's head of Mossad intelligence service met with mediators from the United States, Egypt and Qatar. Israeli media later reported that the meeting had concluded with the war cabinet agreeing to send a delegation to Qatar in the coming days to continue negotiations on week-long truce. Now, meanwhile, clouds of smoke were seen hovering above Gaza as Israel continued its offensive in the enclave. An Israeli airstrike in Gaza's southern city of Rafah killed 8 people, including 3 women. According to witnesses, the strike hit a home where some of those who had been displaced by the conflict were staying.
There was a strong explosion, so I came down and saw dead bodies, and the whole world was upside down, and people were pulling out the dead. There were small kids, women and children. The house was full and there were displaced people in it too.
The Israeli military has also released footage showing the paratroopers brigade operating in the Gazan city of Khan Yunis. The video showed troops clearing buildings with the help of service dogs, capturing weapons and eliminating a Hamas militant with a drone. This comes after the U.S. declared new Israeli settlements in the West Bank as illegal, effectively reversing the Pompeo Doctrine, a policy put in place by the Trump administration. Now remember that Israel occupied the West Bank and the Gaza Strip after the 1967 Mideast War. And now U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said that the Israeli settlement expansion in the region is inconsistent with international law. According to reports, the move is a response to the Israeli government's recent announcement that it plans to expand the settlements in the West Bank. Meanwhile, anti-government protests broke out in Tel Aviv, and the protest in the city's Kaplan Junction was aimed at Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Demonstrators rose against the government's handling of the war in Gaza and its impact on relations with neighboring Arab countries.
I don't want anything from the government. I want this government to go. This government is the bloodiest government that is responsible for the demolition of Israeli society, of all good neighbouring ties with the Arab neighbours, besides the terror which it's conducting amongst the Palestinians in the West Bank, and we don't even have to talk about what's happening in Gaza now.
The police arrested 18 people after using water cannons to disperse the protesters, and the police said that those arrested will be charged with disorderly conduct. At a short distance from the protest, thousands held a vigil for the hostages.